Greetings. My name is Jessica and I'm 43 years old. I live in Beverly, Massachusetts, and I was one of the first 50 people in our town to get the coronavirus. Woohoo! Not a statistic I like being a part of, but I'm here today to tell you that the vast majority of us are going to be fine. When I was diagnosed and going through this, the only news I was seeing was horrifying things on the TV, and I want to share today that the vast majority of us are going to be okay. I probably got the virus traveling. I was exposed to a lot of people not socially distancing in a very crowded airport when a Caribbean island was shutting down and everybody had to get off quickly. I began to feel symptoms about 2 days later, and that's, for me, started with an achy neck that was kind of unusual and not anything like I typically get. I had a very stiff, localized achy neck, and then I got stuffed up, but every time I sneezed I was like, yay, it's not the coronavirus, it's allergies. So I also started to get a cough. I was like, oh, that's not good, but I don't have a fever. I still felt fine, but then on day 5 I got the fever, and it was really scary. The next day I was exhausted, and I was calling my patients for the week to cancel them, and just making phone calls and talking was exhausting. So I knew something wasn't right, and I checked an online checklist from my health provider, called their COVID hotline, spoke to a nurse who kept asking questions about symptoms that I hadn't heard about, like muscle aches, headaches, nausea, in addition to what we've heard of the coughing, shortness of breath, and the fever. So because my husband works at a local hospital, she wanted me to get tested. He had no symptoms for a while after me, and eventually he ended up testing positive. But when the nurse said that I should get tested, I had to isolate myself from my husband for 4 days. And that was really hard, because the coronavirus is terrifying. And getting tested for it was very unpleasant. I drove to a drive-through center and had never seen people in that full getup of PPE. It looked like it was a movie set. And the healthcare provider said, this is going to be deep and uncomfortable. And after that nasal swab, my nose is no longer a virgin. So the coronavirus didn't take my sense of humor, but it did take my sense of smell. That was very strange. And it also just took a lot of my mental well-being. I mean, being quarantined in our master bedroom and not being able to touch my husband or get a hug, I felt very alone, and I had to stop watching the news, and I checked off Facebook because everything I was seeing was dire and horrifying and frightening. So I'm here to tell you today that I'm fine. My husband eventually tested positive, and he also is fine. He had milder symptoms. I've called it Corona Light. Just more of a cough, a runny nose, and tired. For me, I couldn't walk across the room without having to sit down. I showered sitting down. I blew dry my hair sitting down because I was exhausted. But I am no longer coughing. Yesterday I was. I haven't had a fever in 6 days, and my energy is coming back. So I'm here to tell my friends, my family, my neighbors, people I haven't met, that the vast majority of us are going to be fine. It's like a bad flu, or like a mild cold, or like you never knew you had it. So I just want to share that experience. And also in all my free time, I have started a YouTube channel of different yoga routines that I have done during the process, as well as some energy work to stay centered. So feel free to follow that experience. But I just wanted to share, I'm doing fine, my husband as well, and friends and family, I'll be in touch because now I have energy to talk. Right.